While we're getting ready to start off this game, did you want to go over the rosters, Julia Sleezer?
Yeah, go for it. Well,
okay, well, we've got the Dallas Inception first. We've got number 13, Beast Jerky, 130, Low Pro, 151, Enabler, 16, Papa Bear, 369, Christ Almighty, 409, Spick and Span, 42, Movato, 57, Johnny Turbo, 65, Daddy Longlegs, 68, Dick Diamond, 96, Chuck Rydell, 986, Dr. Feelgood, and 270, Happy Kilmore.
For Lane County Concussion, we've got 105, Packin' Man, 2, Tim Buck U, 20, Dave 2.0, 29 is X, 42, Grimes and Punishment, 69, Dr. B, 70 is Murby, 81, Guns of Ruxton, D12 Multiclass, E5 Sergeant Pepper, and L7 YB Normal.
And we've got, for the Lane County Concussion, we've got Grimes and Punishment jamming against Johnny Turbo, and Grimes and Punishment is out first for lead jammer. Johnny Turbo around the front, and he finally makes it out of the pack. We've got number 69 for Lane County going out on a penalty. Grimes and Punishment hits that pack. Oh, and there's a back block. Grimes and Punishment gets a back block. That's going to be a power jam for the Inception. Johnny Turbo scores 4 points on that pass. Oh, we got a failure to reform on number 13, Beast Jerky. Oh, and 130 Low Pro is also going to the penalty box.
I think there may be some confusion on which one, actually.
Ah, okay, that's what it is. It was 130, not 13 that was called off. Johnny Turbo goes around for another scoring pass. Dr. B out of the penalty box for Lane County, and here comes Grime and Punishment. Takes a big hit, goes down, gets through. That was his initial pass. No, I'm sorry, that was his scoring pass, and he scored 3 points. Johnny Turbo, in the meantime, is continuing to go around on the outside, and he is scoring. I'm not sure if he realizes that Grime and Punishment is going to throw a huge apex jump on there. It doesn't quite make it, has to crawl back out of bounds. Johnny Turbo scores 4 more points. Doesn't seem like he cares that Grime and Punishment is also out there scoring points right now. Grime and Punishment with 4 points on that pass. Low Pro back to the penalty box. Dr. B tries to put a hit on Johnny Turbo, but is unsuccessful. Johnny Turbo goes around for another scoring pass. Grimes and Punishment out of the box again. Or out of the pack again, scores 4 more points. And 2 minutes is going to go ahead and end that jam. What do we have there, Julia?
It is 11 for Lane County. Dallas Inception with 23, and we've got just under 28 minutes left in this half.
Kind of an interesting strategy there, trying to match points, don't you think? All right, well, we have
10 points for Punishment, 11 total, 23.
A little bit difficult to see here from this angle exactly who the... Oh, now we have an official timeout.
We're going to have a discussion.
Going to see what's going on. Our head ref, Philip McCrevis, is consulting with the other officials to try to figure out what's going on.
While they're doing that, let me invite you to go ahead and scroll down and look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. We've got a donate button. If you donate a couple of bucks to ColoradoSports.TV, that means our archives will be free forever. So keep in mind while you're watching this free stream, if you've been here, you would have paid $30 for the weekend. So for just a couple of bucks, you can watch these bouts as many times as you like in the future.
And it looks like the score may have been adjusted. That would be the Inception with 22, Lane County Concussion with 11. We've got Multiclass is jamming for the Lane County Concussion, and Happy Kilmore is wearing the star for the Inception. No traction in there. I'm hearing whistles. We've got a forearm, and that forearm is going to be on Happy Kilmore, it looks like, because he is heading to the penalty box. This is going to give the Lane County Concussion and Multiclass a power jam. Multiclass gets around on the inside. Lane County Concussion setting up for passive offense, 4-wall in the front there. for the Inception. Multiclass hits it, bounces off, gets pushed out of bounds there. That's number 68, Dig Diamond, pushing him out and recycling him all the way around turn 2. He's going to have to, and he cut the track. Dig Diamond definitely drew him back to get that track cut.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and serve the full 30 seconds. He didn't get in fast enough to do the serving only as much as the previous jammer had served.
So now Happy Kilmore is out, and he has just completed his initial pass. Happy Kilmore. So now this jam, just like the first one, is going to end up going the full 2 minutes. Happy Kilmore pushed out of bounds on the inside, gets recycled. He's looking for some assistance from his blockers back there. Now he's fighting off 4 Lane County blockers on his own. Yep, we've got a back block call there on E5. That's Sergeant Pepper going to the box. Multiclass is back on the track at jamming now for Lane County. We've got 5 in the air for Happy Kilmore.
It doesn't really seem like either set of blockers in this instance had set up a wall or anything for the incoming jammers, so we're going to have to see how this goes.
Yeah, there's a lot of mayhem going on in there, a lot of hard hitting, and we've seen quite a few penalties already started over here. So we've got a total of 4 points for the Lane County concussion on that pass. And I see the tallest jammers for both teams look like they're up there. And we're going to have number 42, Grimes and Punishment, for the Lane County concussion. And go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Starting off this jam is going to be Lane County 15 to Dallas Inception 30, and we've got just under 25 minutes left.
All right, and here is Daddy Longlegs, and he is going to be jamming for the Inception. Grimes and Punishment pushed out of bounds on the outside. Daddy Longlegs pushing up, but he has got Tim Buck U that he has to get past, and he is not able to do it. Grimes and Punishment gets another shot at it, but he gets pushed out of bounds and recycled. Daddy Longlegs still no traction. He tries for an inside line. He's facing a tough 3-wall of Lane County blockers right up there. Neither blocker has made, or excuse me, neither jammer has made it out of the pack at this point in time yet. And finally, Daddy Longlegs busts free.
It took about 45 seconds for either of them to make their initial pass. So there's really good defense by both teams going on right now.
Yep, and again, like I said, we're starting to get the penalty heavy out here as Lane County loses 2 more blockers. I see number 2, Tim Buck U, and E5, and that would be Sergeant Pepper, both going to the box. So they have 2 blockers on the track. Daddy Longlegs still has lead, and he is still racking up points 5 at a time. 5 more for Daddy Longlegs. Grime and Punishment still pushing along. He's only got 2 blockers, but the Inception has 4. No pack is called. They have to let him go. So now he is finally out of the pack.
No points on that pass for him.
That'll end the jam of 4 points for the Inception.
Quick peek, 23-15 to play.
So we're ending up Lane County still at 15, Dallas Inception at 44. We've got just a tiny bit over 23 minutes left in this half.
By the way,
the box is completely empty, so we're going to have a 5-on-5 pack, I should say.
Yeah, and I see that that appears to be Low Pro out there jamming for the Inception. Oh, go, because we had a false start. It looks like there was a yield because I don't see anybody go to the box, but Low Pro is turning it on, and we have Multiclass out there jamming for the Lane County concussion. Not getting any traction. Low Pro slides around. It gets the jammer lap point. That's 5 points for Low Pro. Low Pro can get down low and fast, and it seems like he's got kind of an advantage over some of these taller players that he's able to get down there and really squirt through some holes. He's pretty amazing. Low Pro gets through again and decides to call off the jam before Multiclass can hit the back of that pack. Julia?
Yeah.
So what do you think about the strategy that's being employed by these teams?
Well, you know, I announced Lane County just a little bit earlier. I feel like these two teams are going to be, or the score, I should say, is going to be a little bit closer than it was earlier, even though we have about a 40-point spread at this point. Lane County's at 15, Dallas Inception at 53. Hopefully Lane County learned some things from earlier and are going to keep their defense strong and try to keep it close.
So we've got Grimes and Punishment spinning around on the outside to get through and get lead jammer, and I see Christ Almighty out there wearing the star for the Dallas Inception. All right, Christ Almighty gets pushed out of bounds on a turn 4, is able to get back in as Grimes and Punishment comes around. Alrighty, it's not Almighty, it's Alrighty. I like Almighty better. Can we change his name, Julius?
I think it's funny that it's Christ Alrighty.
Yeah, well, that shows how well I can read the names off of the jerseys with the lighting in here.
That's what happens when you have a lot of people with punny names.
I know.
You end up thinking it's the real deal. Well, not that I thought that he was Jesus, but he does have a beard.
He does indeed. So while we were talking about the good Lord, Christ Alrighty, Grimes and Punishment called off that jam as he was flying out of bounds over there around turn 2. So what's that score looking like?
We have Lane County 19, Dallas Inception remains at 53, and we have 20 minutes left on the clock for this half. Getting our 5-second call. Each team has one blocker in the box. We're going to have a 3-on-3 pack against the Jammers.
And so we've got Mo Vato out there, and Mo Vato for the Inception is the lead jammer. He's jamming up against number 105, Packin' Man. Packin' Man able to finally break out of the pack. Mo Vato on his scoring pass. Mo Vato able to avoid getting pushed out of bounds on the outside. Doesn't realize Packin' Man is coming up behind him. Packin' Man on his scoring pass. Oh, and Packin' Man spins around on the outside, grabs 4 points, and ends up taking 4 points out of that, even though they didn't have the lead.
Waiting for an official score update. Lane County is at 23. Dallas Inception remains at 53. We've got 19:14 left on this period clock.
And that tall feller behind the line is going to be Grimes and Punishment for the Lane County Concussion. And we've got Johnny Turbo jamming for the Inception. Grimes and Punishment out first. He gets lead. Johnny Turbo right behind him. Johnny Turbo is hoping to force the call off. This pack starts speeding up. The Lane County Concussion is trying to push it forward. Inception has the front of the pack. Grimes and Punishment tries to get through and call it off. Let's see if any points are scored, and that would be no.
This is something Lane County was facing a lot earlier with the Reservoir Dogs, is both jammers would come out of the pack so quickly together. It was, you had to strategically call it off, otherwise you were going to have your opposing team, even though they didn't have lead status, getting points.
Yeah, absolutely, and these guys will definitely push it right to the very edge when it comes to point scoring before calling it off.
Definitely.
So out there, we have jamming. Let me see. That looks like multi-class. Jamming for the Lane County Concussion, and Low Pro sliding along across the outside, ends up cutting the track. Low Pro going to the penalty box on a track cut. Multi-class pushing forward, trying to create a no-pack situation there, so they have to let him go. And it is close there. Multi-class finally pushing it forward. Gets lead jammer around turn 3.
Where Dallas needs to come in and wall up to protect themselves against the incoming jammers while their jammer hangs out in the box.
Yeah, and I think that was that B-Rad that came up? No, yeah, that's B-Rad came back there, and he tried to put a little bit of hitting on Multi-Class. Multi-Class decides to call it off so that the Lane County Concussion can start the next jam with a power jam situation.
Dallas's jammer is already standing in the box. There's only going to be a couple of seconds left before that. Score remains Lane County 23, Dallas Inception 53, and we've got a little bit of time adjustment, looks like. About 16.5 minutes left on this period.
Yeah, Julia, keep your eye on Low Pro when he comes out of the box. There is something about his low profile that he is easy to miss by some of these taller players. And Lane County has a bunch of tall players.
They sure do.
There goes Grimes of Punishment taking a huge hit by Spick and Span. Spick and Span gets a forearm for it and gets called out. My prediction about Low Pro getting through pretty easily didn't occur until the very end there, and then he's able to slide out. Grimes and Punishment on his scoring pass, and he is powering through the pack. Low Pro getting ready to approach the back of the pack. Grimes and Punishment turns around, sees Low Pro coming just in time to call it off.
I was wondering if he was going to see it in time because Low Pro was just coming right at that pack.
Scoreless jams, that's what you got.
So since that was a 0-0, we're still at Lane County 23, Dallas Inception 53, and we've got about 15.5 minutes left on this period.
So I can see his helmet above the pack, and so I know that that is Daddy Longlegs, and he is jamming for the Inception. And who do we have back there for Lane County? That looks like Packin' Man. Packin' Man hits the front. Packin' Man has two blockers to beat. Dr. Feelgood is out there, and he is working with the enabler, and they are doing a good job at keeping Packin' Man back. And who are they pointing at? They're pointing at Packin' Man, but Daddy Longlegs is out front. So I wonder if Packin' Man that he knows he was lead. He was able to call it off before Daddy Longlegs got back. I was wondering about that one myself.
Yeah, certainly. Another 0-0, Lane County 23, Dallas Inception 53, and we got about 14.5 minutes left in this half. We've got one of the Dallas blockers is in the box, so we've got a 3-on-4 with the advantage going to Lane County.
We've got Lane County fielding Grimes and Punishment once again as their jammer. Johnny Turbo, number 57, is jamming for the Inception, and Johnny Turbo turns on the afterburners, and he is out front and grabs the lead jammer status. Grimes and Punishment banging away in the back. He's powering through, and Grimes and Punishment is able to escape from the pack, but Johnny Turbo on his scoring run is able to easily get around all of the Lane County blockers and call off the jam after scoring 4 points.
So for 4 points, Dallas Inception scored this last jam. It's going to be Dallas Inception 57, Lane County 23. We've got one Lane County blocker in the box, so we've got another 4-on-3, but the advantage this time is to Dallas.
Dallas has so far used 6.
We've got Mo Vato jamming again for Dallas. He gets pushed out of bounds on the outside, and that is going to be Multiclass jamming for the Inception. And we've got a back block for Mo Vato and the Inception. This is going to give Multiclass and the Lane County Concussion a power jam. Multiclass, 2 more blockers now getting in the front of him. They've got 3 blockers. They are pummeling Multiclass over and over again. Finally, no pack is called. Spick and Span goes to the penalty box. Multiclass has to push through and is finally out for lead jammer status.
That was really rough for Multiclass. Dallas just repeatedly coming in on him with all 4 blockers, 2 of which are now in the box. So we've got a 3-on-2 pack. Multiclass calls it off as he approaches the pack. He's picked up 4 points for Lane County. No points picked up for Dallas that jam, so it's going to be Lane County 27, Dallas Inception 57 with 12 minutes left in this half.
And we've got number 42, Grimes and Punishment, is back on the line, and he's going to start off this power jam for the Lane County Concussion. 4-on-2 in the pack for Lane County.
Grimes and Punishment on the line. Power start situation. 2-on-3 back advantage.
Grimes and Punishment gets called for a high block, and he is going to the penalty box.
Mo Vatos, having started in the box, is eligible for lead jammer as long as he can clear the pack legally.
Chest to chest, face to face.
So at first I saw a high block being called. Oh no, and then blocking or skating out of bounds. So we have a 1 full minute penalty for number 42, Grimes and Punishment will be in the box. So Mo Vato is out here. Can he clear the pack? He is trying.
Lane County's keeping their walls really good against him and holding him back. We'll have to end up taking him out, or mowing him down. I mean, either way.
Well, it looks like Dr. Feelgood tried to come in there and play some offense for him and ended up knocking everybody down, including their own jammer. So Mo Vato finally gets out, and he is the lead jammer. His bench is telling him to go, go, go.
Ready to put those points on the board after that initial.
Since the Lane County jammer is still seated in the box, we know he has over 10 seconds left. Let's see what Mo Vato is going to go ahead and do a star pass to.
Yep, who is that? That looks like that might be number 96.
Chuck Rydell.
Yeah.
He's getting called for a high block just now.
Now Chuck Rydell goes to the box. So that's not good because here comes Grimes and Punishment. Now he's ready after sitting for a minute in the penalty box. He's all rested up and he's ready to go head to head with these Inception blockers. And there he goes. One more to beat.
Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, according to the clock at the timing of when the Dallas jammer sat down in the box, it looks like it's fairly likely they're going to start with the power jam in Lane County's favor this next jam. So we've running down the clock. We've got 5 seconds left in this jam.
Oh no, what? There goes number 42.
It's going to have
Grimes and Punishment. Yep, so we will start this jam with no jammer.
Plot twist.
Yeah. Who saw that one coming, huh?
Right? That means we are Lane County 27, Dallas Inception 59, and we've got about 9.5 minutes left in this half. We do have 4-on-4 with the blockers, but 0 jammers are going to be on the track right at the beginning of this jam.
Yep. Oh, and the Dallas Inception decides they're going to do some juking around out there between the jammer line and the pivot line until Chuck Rydell can get out. Chuck Rydell out of the box flying, and he is able to get that lead jammer status very quickly. I see Grimes and Punishment over there standing up as Dick Murby goes out, or Murby Dick, on a penalty. So Grimes and Punishment back in action as Chuck Rydell scores 5 more points for the Inception.
So as long as Dallas can hold Grimes and Punishment back from keeping his initial pass, Chuck Rydell can just keep riding this out.
They may be able to do it. I know that Grimes and Punishment, this is his second game, right, that Lane County has played today.
Yes.
And Grimes and Punishment was their primary jammer for Lane County in their last game. And so he has been taking some beating out here today. The first game, if I'm not mistaken, for the Inception today. So they're coming out fresh, and they're able to do it. And Chuck Rydell puts 5 more points on the board. Oh, I heard a whistle, and yep, it looks like Dick Diamond is being sent back to the penalty box for the Inception. All right, no pass, no penalty. So he's out of the pack. Yep. No points for either jammer on that pass.
But this was a 20-point jam for Dallas Inception.
Yeah.
Good use of the power jam. This is going to be Lane County 27, Dallas Inception 79. We've got about 7.5 minutes left in this half. We've got a timeout for Dallas.
So we've got Johnny Turbo so far. Looks like for the Inception that he has put 27 points on the board. Chuck Rydell with that last jam put 20 points on the board. And that's going to take the Inception up. So kind of interesting that they're the ones that ended up taking the timeout on this one, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe it's just a matter of discussing some strategy, or who can even say, but...
Right, how to hang on to the lead, maybe.
Right. So while we're waiting for this timeout to end, let me tell you about Sticker Giant. They are custom sticker experts. They are the official sticker company of Colorado Sports TV, and you can check them out at stickergiant.com. If you use the code Roller Derby in all caps with a space in between the two words as usual, you use Roller Derby at checkout, you can get 10% off your order. Once again, that is stickergiant.com.
All right, and that whistle ended the team timeout. Next whistle will start the jam. We have a Low Pro back there jamming for the Inception, and a Multiclass jamming again for Lane County.
Standing tall, nice job.
And they push Multiclass out of bounds on the outside. Low Pro is fighting Dr. Feelgood, is helping him out with some offense. Low Pro left to fight all four of the blockers by himself in the front as Multiclass comes back up. And the Inception blockers are forced to try to hold him back, and they are able to do that long enough for Low Pro to get out and get lead jammer. Multiclass finally able to slide out, and he is finished with his initial pass. He is heading up for a scoring pass. Does Low Pro see him out there? He does indeed, but did he call it in time?
It looks like he sure did.
Yep.
It's going to be 1 point picked up on that pass by Dallas. No points picked up by Dallas Inception. Oops, sorry, by Lane County. Two different teams, I've got this. So it's going to leave us Lane County 27, Dallas Inception at 80, with about 6.5 minutes left in this half.
So we've got number 42 out there, Grimes and Punishment, jamming once again for Lane County Concussion. And Johnny Turbo, who has done a great job for the Inception, is out there. Grimes and Punishment for Lane County is out, and he is lead jammer. Ooh, and there goes Johnny Turbo. He breaks away from the pack. Grimes and Punishment looks back across the track and sees him. Dallas is speeding it up.
No pack call, nothing happening there.
And Grimes and Punishment calls it off. 4-point pass for Lane County.
Time to just ride. Dallas Inception was unable to get to the pack in time, so no points picked up by Dallas in that jam.
49-point lead for Dallas.
Score is Lane County 31, Dallas Inception 80. We've got 5.5 minutes left in this half. Each team has one blocker in the box. We've got a 3-on-3 pack.
Inception is moving up towards the middle, then backs up a little bit as a Multiclass is jamming for Lane County. We've got on the inside there, I think for the first time jamming in this game, is Spick and Span for the Inception. He gets out there and he grabs the lead jammer. Multiclass cannot make it out of the back of that pack. Spick and Span coming around on his first scoring pass. Battling it out with Sergeant Pepper there. Sergeant Pepper drags him back. Dr. B out of the penalty box now, and there goes Christ Alrighty, and he's going to be coming in and helping out the Inception. Multiclass makes it out, and Spick and Span calls off the jam after a 5-point scoring pass.
Spick and Span in, out, through, calling.
Brings our score up, Lane County 31, Dallas Inception 85. Again, we've got 4.5 minutes left. I feel like every time I give you a time update, it's just 1 minute later.
It seems like these are all going for about 1 minute before they get called off. Grimes and Punishment out there, and it looks like the Inception is doing some different stuff with their jammer rotation, because for the first time wearing the star in this game, we're seeing Papa Bear, and Papa Bear gets out first. Papa Bear is lead jammer for the Inception. Grimes and Punishment dragged back, has not been able to make it out. Papa Bear hits the back of that pack, puts a big hit on Packin' Man as he goes through, and he is able to slip through the pack without hardly a hit on him. 5-point pass for Papa Bear. Papa Bear's bench is telling him to get going and continue scoring points out there. In the meantime, Grimes and Punishment has escaped through the front of the pack, and he is getting ready to go on his scoring run right now. And they're yelling for Papa Bear to call it off, which he is able to do. 4 points, Dallas Inception.
No points picked up by Lane County in that. Just well timed on Papa Bear's behalf. It's Lane County 31, Dallas Inception 94. About 3 minutes left in this half. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Multi-Classes Pants is Ninja Turtles.
Multi-Classes Pants are Ninja Turtles, and that is how I can tell when he is jamming, because I can see those pants.
I love those pants.
When I can't see anything else. And there, you know what I can see now is Dr. Feelgood, and Dr. Feelgood is out there now, and I believe this is the first time he is jammed as well in this game. Dr. Feelgood out for lead, and Lane County is changing it up too, and they put out a number 69.
That's a good track cut on the Dallas Jammer.
Dr. Feelgood going to the penalty box. He's got a big fat smile on his face, so I'm not sure if that was worth it or not, but he seems to be awfully happy after getting that penalty over there.
The most delightful of track cuts.
It is indeed, but I think Dr. B likes the chance to get out there and start eating up the deficit for Lane County. He got 5 on that pass, took a huge hit there, and across the track, I couldn't tell who it was that hit him, but man, that was a huge hit. No whistle, so it was obviously clean and legal.
You got Dr. Feelgood coming back from out of the pack.
Out of the penalty box. Yeah, Dr. Feelgood dancing around, yeah.
No problem, just running his way right through that pack.
Yep, 4 points there for Dr. Feelgood, and he's got another one. He's like just going to the penalty box for a rest, and he's going to make up those 30 seconds.
He knows no one can call this. He's just going for it.
Absolutely. Dr. B gets out. Yeah, 5 points. 5 points for Dr. B.
That one was 4.
4 points for Dr. Feelgood. We have the battle of the doctors out there right now.
Got about 10 seconds left in this jam.
Dr. B pushing forward. He's got Dick Diamond to beat, able to finally do it. Oh no, and there's a track cut. A track cut. So going around Dick Diamond, Dr. B cut the track, and he's going to the penalty box. So
it's going to be a power jam in favor of Dallas this next jam. That was
go ahead.
I was going to just say the score update. It was 10 points gotten by Lane County this last jam, putting in the 41. 18 points picked up by Dallas, so they are 112. We have about 30 seconds left in this half, but we have just enough time for one more jam.
So Johnny Turbo has been fielded by Dallas to... Oh, and the refs did not get back from their little confab over here at the scoring table quite quickly enough, so they have called an official timeout until they get all of the details on the scoring taken care of. And so, you know, Dr. Feelgood and Dr. B, though, they're both DRs, right? So maybe their names really like Dur B and Dur Feelgood.
I think you might be right on one.
So Johnny Turbo, only jammer out there on the track. He is not able to make it on his first pass, gets recycled, makes it on his second attempt through the pack, is able to pick up lead jammer, and he turns on his turbo boosters there.
Right now the Lane County jammer is standing in the box. He'll be joining us in a few seconds.
Johnny Turbo has to put a few hits on those Lane County blockers, but he's able to get through. Dr. B back in the action, or possibly Dur B. Oh, I see Dur B is out there passing the star to Packin' Man. Packin' Man is trying to put it on. I saw the enabler notice that he had gotten the star, and he tried to block that pass but was not able to do it. Packin' Man is now the jammer for the Lane County Concussion. Now Johnny Turbo is watching the action back here, seeing what's going on. You know, he says, I'm just going to keep going.
He's calling it from the floor.
Yeah, no, that was the end of Johnny Turbo.
Yep.
When he hit his back on the floor like that, he goes, you know what?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think we'll take this into halftime, Johnny Turbo says.
So at the end of this first period, Lane County at 47, Dallas Inception at 117.
Inception with 117.
All right, and we will be back right after this short break for halftime. Looks like halftime is going to be 10 minutes.
Halftime.
We are back again. This is Professor D, and I am here with Julia Sleazer, and we are about to experience the second half of the Lane County Concussion versus the Dallas Inception.
We're going to be starting off this half, Lane County 47, Dallas Inception 117. It's a pretty good spread right now. We've got 30 minutes to see if it's going to change.
The Lane County Concussion has been over on their sidelines during this halftime, and they've been evaluating their strategy. So I wonder if they're going to bring something a little bit different here on this half.
I met multi-classes stepbrother outside. That's my contribution.
Did he clue you in on any strategy that the Lane County Concussion might be employing in this second half?
No, I'm under the impression this is actually his first experience with roller derby. They said they were having a lot of fun, but I'm afraid they couldn't give me any secrets.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you something that's not a secret. I got plenty of that type of information. What I'm going to tell you is that Mo Vato is on the line for Dallas, and we've got Grimes and Punishment, who is been the jamming workhorse for the Lane County Concussion today. Mo Vato to the outside. He ends up getting pushed out of bounds, so he's going to try to get back in there and go on the inside. Heads down as Grimes and Punishment bangs away. He's got two blockers to pass. And that is the enabler up in front, and Spick and Span. They finally have to let him go. Mo Vato has yet to make it out of the pack, but Grimes and Punishment is out as the lead jammer.
So then Dallas wall is getting a little bit mixed up with the Lane County wall.
Grimes and Punishment are around the outside on his first scoring pass. Grimes and Punishment. It's hard fought, but he makes it through, and he ends up calling off the jam as Mo Vato finally makes it through on his initial pass.
No points picked up by Dallas, 5 points picked up by Lane County. It's going to bring us up Lane County 52, Dallas Inception 117, and we have just spent over 1 minute. So we've got about 28 and 50 seconds left in this period.
So we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Pants, otherwise known as Multi-Class, on the line for the Lane County Concussion. And jamming for the Inception is Johnny Turbo. Johnny Turbo taking his time. I think he's waiting for Multi-Class to make some holes and then trying to exploit that. Not exactly able to do it because Multi-Class got out to be lead. Multi-Class calls it off as Johnny passes him. It's
a 0-0 jam. Lane County 52, Dallas Inception 117. We've got 28 minutes left on the clock. Box is completely empty, so we have a 5-on-5 out there.
Inception fielding a low pro once again to jam for them. And we have, Multiclass is on the line again. He's doing 2 jams in a row, it looks like, here for Lane County. He didn't get tired out in that last one, even though he got out there pushing B-Rad, and Christ Alrighty pushes him out of bounds before he's able to get out. Low Pro stuck behind the pack, ends up getting a little bit of traction around the outside. Sergeant Pepper ends up clipping him right as he's going around, ends up putting him out, and they are saying no pass, no penalty for Low Pro. So he is out first, but not the lead jammer.
Lead open for Lane County if he can just get through that pack legally.
Multiclass having a hard time getting by. Dick Diamond is backing him up, trying to force the track cut.
He tried that just a couple of seconds ago. I don't know if you saw, but he was so far back that he was in fact out of play and did not force the track cut.
That's one of his signature moves there. Dick Diamond likes to move back at the last second there. In the meantime, we've got Low Pro sliding around on his scoring pass.
Multiclass getting trapped behind the Dallas blocker line once again. Both jammers are stuck in the pack right now. We've got pretty slow going while both teams use their defense to try to hold the jammers in.
Yep. The Low Pro ends up finding a hole there, and he ends up getting out. And Multiclass finally makes it out, gets designated lead, and immediately calls it off.
It's 10 points picked up by Dallas Inception, bringing them up to 127. Lane County still at 52 with just under 26 minutes left in this game.
52-132.
So Lane County is fielding once again to jam for them Grimes and Punishment, and we are going to see Happy Kilmore on the line for the Inception.
Dallas's wall taking up the entire track.
Yep, Grimes and Punishment gets pushed out of bounds on the inside, and so does Happy Kilmore. Both of jammers still at the back of the pack. Happy Kilmore tries to find some space around the outside, and he is able to grab that. He gets out. Happy Kilmore is the lead jammer for the Inception.
The price is right.
Dr. Feelgood is pulling Grimes and Punishment back one more time. Grimes and Punishment still has yet to get out of the pack as Happy Kilmore grabs a couple of points before he's pushed out of bounds and has to be completely recycled. Grimes and Punishment put out again. Oh, Grimes and Punishment finds a little hole, now up against Dr. Feelgood. Ends up losing his balance there on this slippery floor. He goes down, so Grimes and Punishment has taken up a route at the back of the pack yet again one more time. Pushed out again by Dr. Feelgood, who recycles him back. And Happy Kilmore for a 5-point pass. Happy Kilmore gets pushed out of bounds for a second. Now he's back in business. Finally, Grimes and Punishment makes it out of the pack.
Took him over a minute to get his initial pass finish. Again, and attesting to Dallas's defense. It's going to be 0 points picked up by Lane County, keeping them at 52. 9 points picked up by Dallas Inception, bringing them up to 141. And we've got a tiny bit over 24 minutes left in this game.
So we've got Daddy Longlegs back there jamming for Dallas, and that appears to be Packin' Man jamming for the Lane County Concussion.
Packin' Man on the line for Lane County. Daddy Longlegs, his counterpart.
Neither jammer being able to get any traction on that. Both of them stuck at the back of the pack. Packin' Man gets a little bit of an advantage, so he gets out there in the front, has to push through a 3-wall of Dallas. Finally one to beat, and that's the Enabler is finally able to get past Enabler around the front, and Packin' Man is out for Lane County lead jammer.
Are you kidding me? No.
Daddy Longlegs is stuck in the back.
In fact, the length of the track at this point is once again.
Packin' Man around again on another scoring pass, ends up having a collision there with the Enabler in the middle. Now has to go up against the Enabler and number 96. That's Chuck Rydell stopping him.
He just cannot get a break from Dallas.
Nope, Packing Man was able to get through on a 5-point pass. And we have a star pass attempted there.
No points picked up by Dallas. Looks like 5 points picked up by Lane County, bringing them up to 57 against Dallas Inception's 141, and we've got 22.5 minutes left on the clock.
Grimes and Punishment back on the line for Lane County.
We're going to have a 3-on-4 pack in favor of Dallas. Got their wall hanging out right on that jammer line. Let's see.
And we got Johnny Turbo jamming for the Inception. He takes his time and ends up getting out first. Looks like Johnny Turbo has this technique that he uses where he just hangs back just a little bit until the pack gets broken up, and then he finds the smallest hole that he possibly can squeeze through, and he hits it, but a hole nonetheless. So Johnny Turbo is out there. He's the lead jammer, and he's on another scoring pass. Johnny Turbo puts 5 more points on the board for the Inception.
Jammer status for Johnny Turbo, and Grimes and Punishment is going to have to go all the way back.
Grimes and Punishment taking his punishment, getting recycled around the back, having to deal with Dr. Feelgood at the back of that pack.
Force that play again, he'll come back in one more time, line it up and fight.
Lane County trying to soul crush there.
Murby Dick pushing out the jammer there, Johnny Turbo, for just a little bit. Dr. B puts a hit on him. Grimes and Punishment finally makes it out of the pack. Johnny Turbo is on him. Nope, Johnny Turbo is going to call off the jam. I'm pretty sure Grimes and Punishment was able to at least, yep, yeah, he scored 3 points on that pass.
That 3 points brings Lane County up to 60. Dallas Inception has 151, and we have just over 20 minutes left in this half. Something I'm noticing with the more productive jammers from Dallas is that it is the men that are capable of using their smaller stature to find these holes and get through the pack early and quickly.
Yeah, just like the jammer that we've got out there now, which is Low Pro. He is able to do that well. And Johnny Turbo, not the tallest guy either, and he's able to get out there a lot faster than some of their taller jammers. And that's what we're seeing a lot with Lane County. Lane County has some super tall jammers.
We got some super tall blockers too.
Yeah, they do. They're a very tall team, but right now they've got multi-class out there, and he is just not able to make it through. Dr. Feelgood putting the moves on and able to slide back. Multi-class dragging him all the way back. So Low Pro gets pushed out now.
We get soul crushed there.
That's going to be Tim Buck-Yu was able to pull him back.
Tim Buck-Yu,
and now he's
force that caused that
behind Pac-Man in the back of the pack.
And got that Dallas brace, keeping Grimes and Punishment back. Trying to force him to the outside to get him 1 foot out of bounds, making him have to go back, and he's going to get a little bit of a soul crush from Dallas there.
Yeah, that's going to be Dr. Feelgood. He says, no way, you're not getting out this time.
A lot of time ticking off the clock with each of those drawbacks.
Low Pro facing off against Sergeant Pepper.
Sergeant Pepper just
Low Pro gets through and is finally called the lead jammer.
Both teams were showing some really good defense this jam. Took a minute 20 to get Dallas's jammer out of there.
Oh, and Low Pro is going to the penalty box for a back block. So multi-class, and the Lane County Concussion has a power jam.
Let's see what he can do in the last several seconds. He's taking his panty off. I think he may have intended to star pass and then decided against it.
So the 2 minutes was up, nevertheless, so we didn't get to see how that ended up playing out, but that would have been interesting.
Tons of damage done.
We've got Lane County at 60, Dallas Inception at 151, and we've got just about 18 minutes left in this game.
Lane County switching up a little bit on this jam, fielding Dr. B out there, or possibly Dr.B.
We are still sitting on only 4 jammers right now for Lane County.
Dallas's jammer and 1 blocker in the box. See if Lane County can do anything with this power time.
Nope. Dr. B cuts the track and he's going to the penalty box. So this is going to spring Low Pro, who has just under 10 seconds as I saw him stand up. Low Pro is released. And now it's his turn to get through. And there's Low Pro, and he gets a lead jammer status because he came out of the penalty box and breaks through the pack before Dr. B was able to. Low Pro out on a scoring pass, and lead jammer facing off against 3 very tough Lane County blockers, but ends up cutting the track one more time. Low Pro goes back into the box for a track cut, and he will spend 30 seconds there while Dr. B tries his luck at the Inception blockers, and he's out there doing his best. Finally gets past Dick Diamond out there. He's checking his helmet cover, making sure that that is snugly affixed after the beating that he took going through that pack the last time. Murby Dick throws a little bit of O for him, and Dr. B pushes past the last 2 blockers. Dick Diamond ends up having to let him go before he gets called out of play. Dr. B looks like he's signaling that he would like to do a star pass, but I don't think he was able to get the attention of the pivot there. Meanwhile, Low Pro is back in from the penalty box, and he's trying to continue to score points.
It's got about 15 seconds for both these jammers to get as much points as they possibly can. Looks like Dallas is going to pick up 4. He's going to try to call. Of course, we all know if you get sent to the box, even when you have lead, you lose your lead jammer status.
Yep, so the refs did not buy off on that call off by Low Pro, so the jam went the full 2 minutes, and it looks like Lane County and Dr. B ended up coming up with 5 points out of that pass.
Brings Lane County up to 70, Dallas Inception at 155. We got about 15.5 minutes left. Something to watch for when these jammers are going to the box. If they go to the box during their initial pass, they've lost the ability to become lead for the entire jam. But if they start in the box, they are eligible if they can make the pass through the pack while lead is still open.
And so we have Grimes in punishment jamming once again, and he is able to get out to become lead jammer for Lane County. Spick and Span is jamming once again for the Inception, and he is able to get out on his initial pass at the same time that Grimes in punishment gets a track cut and goes to the penalty box. So Spick and Span is going to be out there, and he's got the rest of this jam. Oh, that's going to be number 2. And that is Tim Buck. You put a huge hit on Spick and Span and slowed him down, rung his bell there for a second.
I think it looks like we have another 2-point jam, don't we? Or 2-minute jam, I'm sorry.
We do indeed. This is going to go the full 2 minutes. Spick and Span again getting pushed out of bounds. Oh, but it looks like YB Normal for Lane County ends up getting a penalty on that one. Spick and Span getting tired out there. He's to slow down. The 3-wall is stopping him. Mo Vato goes in to pull some offense and throw a pick for him. Does not end up helping. Spick and Span back to the back of the pack, and he is definitely winded. In the meantime, Grimes in punishment gets back in and scores 4 points easily.
Got about 30 seconds left in this jam for these jammers to score some points.
Grimes in punishment tries Mo Vato, no luck, ends up heading over to the other side, is able to get a bit of a hole. So 4 points for Lane County, 5 points on that pass for Dallas.
Grimes in management is going to go ahead and enter the pack, but get caught up in a Dallas wall just as the jam ends. Each team picking up 1 point in that last pass. It's going to bring us to Lane County 79 at Dallas Inception at 166 with just over 13 minutes left in this game.
So, Sleazer, we've seen a number of jams here where both of the jammers have gone to the penalty box and they're going the full 2 minutes.
It's often the case that they're going to the box when they've got a lead, which takes away lead from them. If there's no lead jammer, of course, we have to keep going for the full 2 minutes and let it naturally conclude.
Dr. Feelgood throws some of his dance moves on and is able to slide around on the inside for lead for the Inception. As Happy Kilmore goes to the penalty box, Dr. Feelgood slides around. Multiclass is still not being able to get through there. He's on his initial pass still.
Looks like he's about to make it out.
Multiclass finally makes it out as Dr. Feelgood goes through, scores 4 more points, and calls off that jam.
Looks like Multiclass is getting a little bit tired.
Yeah, I think he is. Definitely, like I said, this is the second game for the Lane County Concussion here, and they had a hard-fought game. That last one against... that was, who was that they played earlier?
Glenmore Reservoir Dogs from Canada. And it was a tough game. Glenmore is unofficially ranked with off of flat track stats for 15th today in MRDA, I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying that. And then Lane County is actually ranked with MRDA at 35 as of this morning.
So, yeah, when they took on the Reservoir Dogs earlier today, it definitely took something out of them here for this game. And the Dallas Inception is capitalizing on that. They're putting together some really tough walls. Their jammers are getting out for lead, and they are able to put a good game together here against the Lane County Concussion.
Definitely. For some reason, I think this actually may be Dallas's second bout for the day, but I have to check the schedule really quick.
The piece of cheese.
Looks like we're about to get started here again.
That whistle will end the timeout. Next whistle will start the jam. We've got Grimes and Punishment on the line for Lane County Concussion. And who is wearing the star in there? That's Papa Bear wearing the star. Oh, Mo Vato gets a back block, so he's heading to the box. Papa Bear got called off too, it looks like, and I didn't see the penalty that he committed there, but once again, power jam.
Sorry, it looks like a low block, so I got excited about the penalty.
No. That's great. Low block.
You were right, this is Dallas's first bout for the day. I don't know what I was thinking. It seems like in a tournament weekend for this, all of the days start bleeding together for me.
And that pack just keeps bleeding together for Grimes and Punishment. Every time he passes a blocker, there's another blocker to pass with a red shirt on. He ends up cutting the track and going out. So that's going to send Papa Bear back in almost at the end of his 30-second penalty anyway. Papa Bear hits the back of that pack, goes up against YB Normal, Murby Dick.
Take a quick look at that one in a minute.
All the Lane County blockers are trying to get an elbow on there. It looks like Sergeant Pepper was able to push him out, tries to drag him back, but that's 270. Happy Kilmore says, nope, you're not going to be pulling him back that far. So we've got a star pass there. And who's getting that? Is that Dick Diamond that's
receiving that? I believe that is Dick
star
Diamond.
pass? Yeah, so Dick Diamond is going to be the new jammer out there now. See if he can try his luck on scoring some points, and he's able to get out of that pack.
Looks like Grimes and Punishment is coming in. This would be his first scoring pass if he makes it into the pack. Oh, of course, there is no lead. I'm sorry.
Right.
He will make it into the pack, and let's see if he can get some points off of Dallas.
Yep, this is another one of those jams that had to go the full 2 minutes because we lost both of the jammers to the penalty box.
Sure enough. Looks like no points picked up by Lane County. 4 points picked up by Dallas Inception. That puts us at Lane County 79, Dallas Inception 179 with 9.5 minutes left in this game. We've got a completely empty box starting off. We've got a 5-on-5 on the floor.
Well, I'm sure they'll figure out how to fill it somehow.
Definitely.
We've got an official timeout. Head ref Philip McCrevish says, hey, stop the clock, guys. We got some official stuff to talk about.
Philip McCrevish wants to talk things over. He's got to get something squared away.
In the meantime, let me tell you a little bit about Roller Derby Nation. It is the smarter way to do derby, and they will bring roller derby to the masses. They help your league manage themselves better so they can skate more, and you can download free software at rdnation.com.
Hey, Sleazer, did you tell the folks about the donate button that's down at the bottom of the screen on the Colorado Sports TV?
I can tell them again. It's on the bottom of the screen on Colorado Sports TV. It's on the bottom right of your screen. Of course, you're watching this stream for free, but it costs money to stream it. So if you donate even $1 would be helpful. Go ahead and click that button.
Christ Alrighty jamming for the Inception, and Packin' Man for Lane County has 2 more blockers to pass. Oh, and then he got sucked back up, so he's got to try them all again. In the meantime, Christ Alrighty gets up in front. He has got 1 blocker to pass, and he is able to do it. Gets past Dr. B. Christ Alrighty is the lead jammer for the Dallas Inception.
As always, it's just a matter of keeping with him until he goes out of play and staying just ahead of the pack, hoping to get that last blocker out of play so you can get past him.
Packin' Man takes a huge hit, and he gets knocked out of bounds. Ends up getting recycled back there. That was the enabler. And, you know, in this tournament, we've seen the enabler doing some jamming, but he's pivoting pretty much exclusively in this game and has been super effective in quarterbacking the defense of the Inception there.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, we got a back block on a multi-class, and he's going to be going out. In the meantime, Christ Alrighty is coming in for another scoring pass. Is able to push up there, but still stuck in the back. Okay, he's able to get through. Christ Alrighty gets 5 points, and at the same time, Packin' Man goes out on a track cut. So Power Jam for Christ Alrighty and the Dallas Inception. The bearded man gets pushed out of bounds around turn 4, but is able to get back in for a while. Gets pushed out again, decides that he wants to call it off.
Lane County's jammer is still sitting in the box. We know he has over 10 seconds left. We've got a timeout coming for Dallas. We got Lane County still at 79. Dallas Inception picked up 19 points on that last jam, bringing it up to 198. We've got 7 minutes and 16 seconds left in this game, and we are at a timeout for Dallas.
And you see the Dallas was there praising the Christ Alrighty as he had done a fabulous job out there on that jam. Looks like he was able to score 19 points on that last jam. So he's definitely worthy of some praise. Dr. Feelgood out there and Spick and Span are they're celebrating their lead at this point in time, and they're pretty happy with that. They're saying hi to the camera. Yep.
Hi, Mom.
Yep. That's going to be B-Rad out there saying hey to the folks at home.
Should be wrapping up this timeout any second now. Here we go. Swoopy whistle means we're about to get this going. It looks like they found out where the pivot line is.
Yeah, look at this, Sleazer. So we've got the pivot for Lane County on the pivot line. And there goes B-Rad. He's trying to make a hole for Dr. Feelgood. Don't have to make too much of a hole for Dr. Feelgood. Oh, but you know what? Looks like Connor Lingus in there says, nope, sorry, Dr. Feelgood. That was a track cut, and you're going to the penalty box.
Looks like he's going to get just about 30 seconds as Lane County's jammer was already standing in the box for several seconds.
Yep, this puts Packin' Man on the track now.
Did you notice if lead is still open?
No, but I will tell you in just a second. Yes, it is. Lead is still available, and Packin' Man got that lead for the Lane County Concussion. He is on his scoring pass now. He is yelling for his blockers to put a full court press on for offense. In the meantime, Dr. Feelgood gets released from the penalty box.
That's an out-of-play penalty called on the Dallas player. That is...
that's B-Rad.
B-Rad.
Yep.
It looks like Lane County, to be most effective, just needs to keep Dallas away from each other. So if they cannot get them to make that wall, and just there when they were coming through the pack, capable of keeping Dallas spread out a little bit, but then you see at the end chasing after them like hornets.
Yeah, absolutely. That separation is what they need to create holes in the Dallas wall. If they can do that, they can be pretty effective. But once they let Dallas get together and form up a defensive wall, they have been pretty impenetrable today.
It's true. Even 2- and 3-man braces with them has been really effective. And that was, I believe that's an official timeout that we're in right now, which, unlike team timeouts that only last 1 minute, official timeouts can last up to forever.
So I see our head ref out there, Philip McCrevis, is wiping up something off of the floor. You know, a spot maybe where one of the players had fallen down that may have created a hazard. This floor out here is polished concrete, and it is super slippery.
Yes.
And I've been talking to all the players out here at this tournament, and every single one of them has commented about this surface. They love skating on it, but at the same time, it is very slippery.
You'll notice some of these skaters out here in all 8 poisons and things like that. That should be a signal this is a really slick floor.
Yep, absolutely. So while we were talking about the floor, Low Pro ends up getting himself a trip to the penalty box for a forearm. No pass, no penalty for crime and punishment. Grimes and punishment.
Grimes. This is going to be a 2-minute jam. Got Dallas just a little bit spaced out.
Yep, Grimes able to get himself through for 5 points.
Got over a minute left for him.
B-Rad tries to slow him down a little bit. And here comes Low Pro out of the box.
Low block penalty being called. We'll see who's going to
Yep, we got a low block on B-Rad. He's going to the penalty box for the inception. Grimes and punishment back out on the track. Low Pro in there banging away with Sergeant Pepper, I see.
I think he's still on his initial pass. I think will he need to break out of here, or was he lead earlier?
Well, I know that Grimes and punishment got no pass, no penalty, so he is not eligible for lead. And apparently Low Pro is not lead as well. So
I was curious if he'd gone to the box during his initial pass. So this will be his first scoring pass just now.
Yep.
Got about 20 seconds left for him to try to get some points on the board for Dallas.
Low Pro dig it in.
4 points picked up by Grimes and punishment for Lane County.
Low Pro getting pushed out of bounds by Dr. B. Nope, Low Pro gets back in.
He's got 4 points.
Looks like that was the end of that jam. 18 points picked up by, or was it 19 points picked up by Lane County, bringing them up to 103. 4 points picked up by Dallas Inception, bringing them up to 202. We've got 3.5 minutes left in this game with a 99-point spread.
Daddy Longlegs is wearing the star for the Dallas Inception, and we have whistles indicating another official timeout. So, yeah, it looks like the officials are going to want to make sure that the scoreboard is correct here. Philip McCrevis says start that clock back up. Everything looks good.
All right.
And we're going to go ahead and start this jam after all with Daddy Longlegs on the line for the inception. And a false start warning for, I believe it was L7, and that is YB Normal. He was able to yield and stay on the track. In the meantime, Daddy Longlegs jumps out, grabs lead jammer status. We have got multi-class jamming for Lane County, not really getting too much traction, ends up with a low block, and now he's going to the penalty box. And
White 6'5" is being
he's confused.
To the track.
He's confused. Where does he need to return, he's asking. And I think the answer was, in the back of the pack.
To the track, legally.
When he thought he was going to the penalty box, though, he was far enough ahead and out of the engagement zone, so he could have re-entered.
That's his 19th point of the game.
Got about 1 minute left in this jam. Oh, he's calling it off.
Daddy Longlegs calling off the jam, grabs 3 points there.
It's a no pass for
2:10,
Lane County. So we've got Lane County still at 103, Dallas Inception at 2:10, and we've got just under 2 seconds left in this game.
For the first time this evening, wearing the star, we have got number 70, and that's going to be Merby Dick for Lane County, who immediately does a star pass, gets it off to Grimes and Punishment. Grimes and Punishment out of the engagement zone, puts on the star, and he is ready to score. Christ Alrighty gets out, and he makes it out first, but no pass, no penalty, so he can't get the lead either.
This is going to be the end. This is going to be the final jam then. Of course, since Merby Dick did a star pass,
that's right.
Number 42 not eligible for lead there. Nope. The other one getting a no pass, no penalty coming out of the pack. No lead jammer at all. So we're going to finish off with this.
Yep, this game. I've seen more no lead jammers than many others than I've seen any of them at the tournament so far.
Definitely, yeah.
Let's just put it that way. Both jammers eligible to score. Here comes Christ Alrighty on his scoring pass, and he is able to pound his way past the number 81, and that's going to be the Guns of Ruxton. Ruxton.
He's picking up 4 points there for Dallas. Lane County go ahead and getting together, try to be defensive against the entering Dallas jammer.
Grimes and Punishment able to get through. He takes 4 points out of that pass. Tim Buck U has going to drag Christ Alrighty all the way back to the back end, is successful at doing that.
Grimes going to have to recycle all the way to the back.
Grimes and Punishment gets recycled as well.
2:18, 1:11 as time has expired on the play clock. We are on jam time now. We got ourselves
4 points picked up by Dallas.
Yep, and Grimes and Punishment has to be let go up there as out of play, and that is going to end the jam, and that's going to end the game.
Looks like the unofficial final is Lane County 111, Dallas Inception 222. Oh, Lane County's gone up a couple points. Sorry, it's 115. Let's see if Dallas is going to change it all. Let's go ahead and wait for the official final right now. The unofficial final is 115 to 223 in favor of Dallas Inception.
Either way, it looks like Dallas Inception is the clear winner and will be moving along in the bracket for this tournament.
Definitely, it looks like, I believe that is the official final score. Lane County 115, Dallas Inception 223.
All right, well, for Julius Sleezer, I'm Professor D, and thank you for joining us, and we will be right back with more Mayday Mayhem action.